The way I think of Halloween is going to see a movie. Because my Halloween thing was always going to see a movie instead of going trick-or-treating because we weren't allowed to. From, I don't know how old, but yeah, it kind of sucked, but we got to see a free movie, so. But now I'm able to go trick-or-treating and not care. Yes, I'm 20 and I still go trick-or-treating.
Give me your candy. It's like you're pretty big for a kid. It's like,
no.
I didn't ask for your candy. I said, give me your candy.
You know, like instead of trick or treat, you just go up and you go treat. They're like, what? And you're like, treat.
You guys know where the phrase trick or treating actually, where that came from?
No, but I'll remember it once a page
I'm
left.
not remember like I did.
No, I'm not really 100% sure, so you can open it up quick. But it's actually something about you gotta leave.
If they don't give you candy, you have to play a trick on them. Kind of like
No, it was something where
like run over the
if
dog.
you didn't give a gift, then you would get cursed, which would be like the treat or the trick. I can't remember exactly how it was.
That's why you egg people's houses.
Oh yeah.
It's an idle threat.
I love how the Wikipedia trick or treating has a picture of Michigan.
Yes.
That's the only time you'll see Michigan on Wikipedia.
Of the trademark Michigan midget robbers in skeleton suits. You'll only see in the UP.
Only in the UP. That's the only place you can get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, no cops in the UP.
OPP, you know me.
Yeah.
Oh, movies. You talking about movies?
Yes, Halloween
Yes.
movies.
That's a good tradition, not really a tradition, but we used to watch a real good movie sometimes. I don't think I know what movie, but it's Ernest Scared Stupid.
yes.
Yes.
Ernest Scared
Oh, that was a great
Is that the
one.
one with the
The
wooden
troll thing.
Me,
Yeah, that's awesome.
I got
Yeah.
I love that.
DVD and VHS.
Yeah.
That movie
that's-
is an American classic.
It is.
Growing up, the Ernest movies were good, I admit. But looking back,
They're stupid, but still, it takes you back to the best times.
Well, there's
You're a little
true.
kid.
You can't dispute the science behind it, though.
Yeah.
If they're trolls, who's saying that milk won't kill them?
Yeah.
that is true.
How do we know? You know.
We never had a battle of trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stockpile milk along with
Well, you
your
have to pay the
AKs.
toll if you want that boy's soul.
Or Poland, if you mess it up.
Is,
but-
wait, hold on.
Wait, what?
Are we talking about child prostitution now?
Wait, we pay a toll if you want the kids. What?
It's Sunny in Philadelphia. Plug.
Oh, alright.
Nightmare Slayer.
So what was your guys' favorite Halloween movie? Or not really a Halloween movie, more like horror film?
Yeah.
When you say Halloween movie, you could be talking about, you know, anything Halloween, like, you know, you got Ernest Scared Stupid, you got Trick or Treat, you got, you know.
You could be talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's my movie that I always watch Halloween. That's a mandatory thing for me. And I also watch at Christmas because it's both a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie.
Yeah. I've always watched that one more on Christmas than anything else. I don't know why. Favorite horror film? That's a tough thing because there's I'd say one of the few horror films. Normally, horror films don't have any effect on me. I don't get frightened by them. I don't get freaked out. Most of them don't even stay with me past the initial viewing. The only one that I would say I would recommend because it was both well made, genuinely frightening, and honestly pretty representative of the genre would be The Thing. Absolutely love that movie.
Which
And
one?
The Thing.
The black
The
and
Thing.
white
It's
one.
the not the original black and white one.
Okay.
Which mentioned
The
that, but the
one
John
with,
Carpenter.
The remake.
John Carpenter.
Yes.
Kurt Russell movie.
Yeah, Kurt Russell, John Carpenter directing, Alien Parasite. Won't give away any details from there other than saying it's a movie that surprises you. And the nice thing is, I can't stand, I'll say this right now, I cannot stand horror movies that use a lot of CG.
Yeah.
CG never looks real. Never. You know, any movie that uses puppetry, I'll take At the Mountains of Madness, for example, which uses all puppetry, all 80s, 70s era special effects, over anything CG.
Well,
Because CG always looks so very fake to me.
they're making the Wolfman, a remake of the original Wolfman, and they're not using any CG, I think.
Well,
It's
I think they're using CG for
Well,
him to morph.
Yeah, but everything else is
But
just
he actually has a wolf outfit.
which is good,
Yeah.
because CG does ruin the movie for me.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, Okay, at first, like when you first saw CG, you're like, whoa, that's cool.
Jurassic Park, for example.
Yeah, they,
Terminator 2, yeah.
and then now it's like mandatory even like in a kids movie. Like it's just like, it's just not worth it. It's like they overuse
Well, I
it.
think what it is nowadays is that CG is used, like, the average Joe can download some program that can do special effects, you know, and add his own CG to his own, even home videos. So the use of CG, it's like the norm now. Where the old puppetry and the old actual live action, you know, video stuff that, you know, Andy was referring to is so, like, unique now that when you see it, you're like, oh, that's freaking awesome. But we're not realizing this stuff has been around longer than CG. So I think we've been brainwashed to enjoy CG rather than the, you know, classics.
I think one thing to bring up, if you remember, back before the days of CG, there were a couple people who were really, really well known specifically for their makeup skills, specifically for creating these things. People like Rick Baker, what was his name? Tom
Savini.
Yes.
He's amazing.
He's the guy from Dust Till Dawn, ain't he?
Dust
Yes, he
Till
is.
Dawn.
Yes, he is.
He's in from Dust. Yeah, Dust Till Dawn. He was the guy with the penis gun.
Which he made himself.
Yeah,
See,
and he
stuff
he
like
also
that.
did Dawn of the Dead makeup, and he helped with a lot of that stuff. It's like
He was in Dawn of the Dead.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
was one of the
Yeah.
zombies.
He was a biker
well,
before that.
yeah, he got
See,
it.
that took so much more. I don't want to say it took more work because I honestly don't know how difficult it is for a CGI artist. But you notice how much more it's sort of attached to them and how much of a personal touch they put in.
Yeah, it would say when you have, like, say someone makes a mask for a movie, that takes like almost like a craft, like an art. While CG, anyone can make. You know, if you have the right training, you know, Cameron can make. Okay, I'm gonna make a wolf. Click, click, click. Now, obviously, if two people were both given the same project, it would look differently. But it's still, you can tell it's like, oh, whatever. But that craft, you know, that.
Well, speaking of like makeup and stuff like that, I saw a trailer. Actually, I think you saw it too. The gouge
Yes.
hair down. It looks so real. Just the way he makeup. Okay, just
No fake
layers,
skin, no
highlights,
latex.
and stuff like that. And just the only prop that he used was a staple that he took some of it
Like
off.
a little piece
and
of like
glued-
5 or 6 staples. He glued them to his face and
Well,
painted on his eye.
to make it look like he
It
got.
looks like his eye got torn down and stapled to his
and
face.
he even used any fake blood. He just used red.
just
like-
used makeup. And
It looked like as if it really happened. He did it really.
if you're
good.
watching the video to this, I'm going to put the link of that video in the description because that guy, that art he did, that makeup is. it was-
blows your mind, man.
I'm actually thinking about doing that for Halloween this year because. I mean, like, he's like, okay, add a shadow. He just put, like, a little dash of, like, gray on his eye.
And it
It-
brought everything out because it makes it look 3D and jumping out. It was really cool.
Speaking of costumes, here's a fun topic. Out of everyone here, what has been your personal favorite Halloween costumes that you've worn?
Now, are we going just Halloween in general, or scary, or...
Just Halloween in general. It doesn't have to be a scary costume. It could be a costume of whoever. Whatever one you had where you remember going, yeah, that was an awesome costume, you know.
Mine was a Power Ranger. Well, because I was
Nice.
like 7 or 8, and Power Man. But Power Rangers were hot stuff back then. I still love the movie today, but yeah, Power Rangers, man, that was just like, I think I was like a red or the blue one. My cousin was the opposite one, and she's like, you felt cool when Power Rangers do.
Interesting side note. The red one does gay pornography now. I'm dead serious. Just a fun side note there. The green one is an MMA fighter.
Crazy.
Good to know.
What's your costume?
Weird Al Yankovic. One year, when I was very, very young, my mother dressed me as Weird Al Yankovic. It was the easiest and also the most awesome costume because how many people ever dress up as Weird Al Yankovic? Specifically. I'll take that to my grave. I will tell my non-existent grandchildren, my robot grandchildren, when they build robots, kids, I'll tell them, I was Weird Al Yankovic once, and I was a king.